Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I thought would be quite fun to share with you. I think it's about 10 tips on how to make your outfit look a little bit more special, a little bit more chic and stylish with just a few easy kind of hacks, I guess, or tips. I hate the word hacks. A few hints and tips. So it's more about using what you have to make your outfit look a little bit more special without having to go and buy a whole new outfit and spend a load of money. So without further ado, I am going to crack on with the video. If you do like it, please do give me a thumbs up and do subscribe, and I'm going to get going. So the first tip I've got for you then is to take two items of clothing, a top and a skirt, and tuck them into each other, and then where you've got the joining line, put a belt on that and turn a skirt and a top into a dress. So for example, I've got here a pleated skirt from H&M, which I'll show you in the cutaways, and this top from Uniqlo. I will then use this brown belt from H&M to kind of hide the point of where these two meet when they're tucked in, and voila, you've got yourself a pretend dress. So that's a great way of kind of using a couple of items in your wardrobe to almost create a brand new outfit, if you like. The next tip I would say is red. Red gives an elegant finish to any outfit, whether it's a red pair of shoes, it's a red bag, some other red kind of accessories, a pop of red lipstick, red nails. There's so many things you can do. It's actually such a versatile colour, so believe it or not, it does actually go with quite a few different colours. It goes with whites and your kind of paler tones. It goes with black. It goes very well with neutrals such as camel. So there's a lot you can do with red, and I think if you have a pair of jeans, for example, and a Breton striped top, something quite plain with some trainers or some flat shoes, and you just have a pop of red somewhere, it does really elevate that outfit and make it look a little bit more special and put together and a little bit more chic. So definitely play around with red. As I said, if you're not so brave, start off with your lipstick and start off with your nails. I definitely recommend playing around with your white shirt. So a classic white shirt is something that every woman should have in her wardrobe. You've probably heard it countless times before, and I do believe that. I think it's true, but it doesn't always have to be that boring button down normal collar shirt. You can play around with a shirt like this, for example. You've seen this plenty of times before. I don't think you can actually see me because I'm really washed out in this, but this shirt has got some flap detail. It's got a pocket on the front. It fastens with a zip. It's a very different kind of white shirt, but it's still a white shirt. In the same way, I also have this one from Zara, which you've seen before. It's actually collarless. It's got a big button on the cuff. It's not your classic traditional white shirt, but it's still a white shirt. So I definitely recommend having fun with that classic white shirt and buying something in a fabric in a style that really suits you, and it's something that you really like. But definitely there's scope to play around with the classic white shirt for sure. Number 4 is oversized sunglasses. So I don't know if you've ever seen or noticed celebrities. They look very dressed down. They might be traveling on a plane or just being photographed coming out of the gym or something. They throw on a pair of oversized sunglasses and they look just pretty chic. So an example of these would be a couple of pairs I have here. So I got these in a vintage shop many years ago. They're not got a name or anything like that. Someone thought they were Tom Ford sunglasses, but they're not. They're just no name vintage sunnies, but I love them. I've got another pair here from Cynthia Rowley. I bought these a long time ago as well. Again, quite oversized, quite fun, I think, with the little bits on the side, but again they kind of just draw your attention to your face and make your whole outfit look a little bit more put together without actually having done a lot at all. All you've done is put on some oversized sunglasses. Next tip is to use a scarf. So I'm not actually much of a scarf wearer. I don't wear and drape a lot of scarves around me, but I know that when I've seen girls out in the street either having a scarf draped around their neck or using a scarf draped around on a handbag, it just again looks really nice. It's a way of kind of making your handbag feel like new again and making your outfit look a little bit more special and chic, if you like. So definitely play around with your longer length scarves for throwing around your neck and kind of wrapping around your neck. your smaller scarves for your handbags, and just play around with different ways of using your scarf. A lot of people actually also tie scarves around their head, and I think that also looks really nice with a nice big pair of hoop earrings. I think that's quite a nice look. Kind of a bit of a throwback look, but I still love it. So there's a lot that you can do with scarves. Even though I'm not that much of a scarf wearer, I think that definitely can kind of bring your outfit up to the next level, make it look a little bit more exciting without, again, having to go out and buy anything new whatsoever. Then on a more plain outfit, you can definitely make it sort of pop with a statement piece of jewellery or a pair of shoes, a statement something. So I used to wear a lot of chunky necklaces and more statement necklaces, and I've got a few examples to show you here. So this, for example, is more of like your chainmail. And you can see, as soon as I put that on my black jumper, which is pretty bog standard and quite plain and boring, it just makes everything look a little bit more exciting. Again, I have another one here from Zara, which I used to wear an awful lot. Just on a black dress or something, a black top if you're going out. This is really easy as well, actually, if you're going from day to night, if you're going for work drinks or something like that, and you don't want to sort of dress up too much when you're at work in the day, and then you kind of just carry an accessory with you. If you're wearing like a black dress or a white dress, or just a plain dress, a red dress, any kind of dress, or skirt and top, and then you just kind of pop on a nice statement necklace. It can really just take your outfit from day to night and just make your outfit look a little bit more new and a little bit more special than it would be if you weren't wearing any accessories whatsoever. Statement accessories don't just have to be your necklaces. You can have a statement pair of shoes, whether they're kind of encrusted with all sorts on them, or whether you've got a statement bag. Just having a plain outfit, whether it's all neutrals or brights or dark colours, and then having a pop of something, a statement piece of jewellery, earrings, bag or shoes, really can look fantastic. The next tip then is metallics and sequins for the day. So I love playing around with Star Wars and all those things that people say you shouldn't do. So for example, mixing navy and black is one of my favourite things to do. And similarly, I like wearing metallics and sequins and sort of those kind of more dressy fabrics and more dressy looking items in the day, dressing them down and making them work for the day. So I've got this metallic bomber here from Zara, which I absolutely love, and this is something that I wear during the day, which you'd probably think is much more of like a dressy piece, but dressing this down with some black culottes and trainers, I can make it work. So things like this, I think, are really nice ways of making your outfits just look a little bit more special during the day. Similarly, this gold ASOS skirt, which you'll have seen before in a haul quite a long time ago, is great for the day as well. I wear this with trainers and a jumper like this, for example, and it just can work really, really well during the day. So don't be afraid to kind of wear a sequin dress or a sequin skirt or something a little bit more dressy in those more classic evening fabrics, and kind of just dress them down and make them work for the day. But that will make your outfits look a little bit more fun, a little bit more special, and it will just give you chance to kind of use those evening outfits during the day as well, because I don't know about you, but I've got quite a lot of items that kind of stay in my wardrobe for only going out times, and I don't actually go out that much, so they don't actually ever get touched. But if you can layer on a more dressy dress with a t-shirt, a dressy skirt with a pair of trainers, it enables you to kind of use all the items in your wardrobe much more of the time. Talking about playing around with style rules, the next tip is mixing your prints and mixing bright colours. So I love how some bright colours can go together. So for example, a fuchsia pink and an orange I think look great together. Similarly, mixing sort of your clashing prints, if you like, so a check and a spot, or just a floral and another print that you wouldn't think would go together. I've seen some people do this fantastically, and I'm still learning on how to mix my prints. I'm not confident enough to do it all the time, but I think when you get it right, it looks fantastic. And then on the flip side of that, I guess the next point would be to embrace simplicity. So your outfits can look fantastic and very chic by just being very, very simple. So a simple colour palette, a simple silhouette, simple fabrics. You don't have to kind of go all guns blazing. So I would definitely say, you know, if you're not somebody who wants to go very bright and very loud with your colours and your prints, embracing simplicity is a great thing. One, it will make your dressing, I think, a lot easier. And two, you can still look fantastic and put together with just a very, very simple colour palette and a very, very simple silhouette. You can always accessorise with very simple jewellery, very fine jewellery in silver or gold or rose gold, whatever you like, a few rings. You can kind of bring in some more complex things in other ways, like, you know, your makeup or your lipstick and things like that, but just keeping your general clothing very, very simple. Another tip I would say is definitely to elevate your basics, and what I mean by this is not going and getting a white t-shirt and then making it very, very special. What I mean by that is wearing a white t-shirt, wearing a pair of jeans and then putting on a killer pair of heels, you know, making your basics a little bit more elevated by the rest of the outfit. Similarly, you can have a hoodie or a jumper with a skirt and then a pair of heels or a pair of really cool boots. So something that's very, very basic, like a hoodie or a t-shirt, and then make the rest of the outfit kind of really uplift it and up-spec it and work around it. So I think t-shirts work really well, hoodies and jumpers work great with this kind of thing. Like, I always love wearing a very basic top like a t-shirt or a hoodie or a jumper, and then make the rest of the outfit work a little bit more and a little bit harder. So actually the look doesn't end up looking very casual at all, and actually you're actually elevating those basic pieces that you've got on. You can even wear heels with joggers or leggings. It's been done everywhere, street style, catwalks, that kind of mixture of athleisure and more dressy pieces, I think looks really, really great. And finally, my last little tip is to layer up a shirt with a jumper. I love this look. It can be quite preppy, but I think it looks really nice again when done right. So yeah, just having your collar poking out and layering like a nice fine knit jumper. Now, if you don't like added bulk like me, you can always cheat and use a collar. So I actually really want to buy one of these. I think Costco's got quite a few and other places do sell them, where you don't have the whole shirt underneath, but you've just got a little collar that comes to about here, and that shows a collar here, and then there's some fabric. So I'm not actually layering the whole shirt through the sleeves and having that extra bulk, but I love that little look where, you know, you have a pair of smart tailored trousers, maybe some heels or some brogues and some flats, and then you've got a layered jumper and a shirt. I think that look looks very smart. It's really great and workwear appropriate. You look extremely put together, and actually you're just probably using things again that you've got in your wardrobe. We've probably all got a shirt, we've probably all got a jumper, and maybe sometimes you don't think of putting those things together. So yeah, definitely play around with layering, whether it's a shirt and a jumper, or sort of layering a dress and a t-shirt and things like that. Maybe a longer dress that's a little bit too short for you to wear bare-legged, but you know, layering that with a pair of trousers and making it into kind of like a tunic layered with trousers, again, I think is a great look. So there's a lot of things you can do with just the things in your wardrobe and just kind of playing around with piecing them together. So I hope you found the video helpful. I hope those hints and tips will kind of give you some inspiration into looking into your closet and seeing what you've got and working with what you've got first before going out and buying new pieces. I think sometimes we just need a little bit of help and guidance in, you know, how to make what we've got a little bit more exciting and fresh again, because sometimes you can get a little bit of wardrobe fatigue. I know I do, where I go in and I think, oh, it's the same old stuff, it's the same boring old clothes. But actually, if we just apply a few of these tips, it's a way of making our clothes look new again in our eyes. So kind of creating dresses from skirts and tops, layering items to create a whole new outfits, using accessories just to kind of freshen up old pieces and things like that. So I think it's a great way to save money and utilise the clothes that we have and just have a bit of fun, you know, being your own stylist if you like. So any other tips you have and things that you do let me know down below. I'd love to have a little read, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.